So from time to time in plumbing, we've got to do some digging and putting in lines around footings. So what I pulled up here was a footing detail from a house that I just put some plumbing in and around. And you can see here we've got the compacted fill, and this is a 4-inch depth of a slab. It comes in, you have a turn down footing that's a little over a foot wide and about 18 inches tall. You can see here for perspective, there's where the 2x4 wall is going to sit vertically on top of that footing. Now, when you get into plumbing on this, you have to stay outside of what's called the bearing plane of the footing. So from at the bottom of the footing, from this point and this point here, of the outside points of that footing, you have to stay out of this area that's a 45-degree angle down from each point. That's considered the bearing plane. Anything above it in this triangle here and this triangle here, I got some red and green, I guess, for Christmas, but you can see that's where we can actually dig and excavate and put our pipes. You're not supposed to disturb the ground in this area here. So ways to figure that out. If I'm digging on the outside of the house or even on the inside, you can see I've used 24 inches or 2 feet as a reference point. So from this point here, I'm going to come over 2 feet, and for every foot or inch that I come over, I can go down, and that makes that 45-degree plane that I use as my reference, and I got to stay above that, or in that area here where the green pipe is, to stay outside of the 45-degree or the bearing plane of the footing. Ways you can calculate that, if you want to, you can also use 24 times 1.414, which here gives us a little bit less than 34 inches. That is from this point to this point. It's a way to figure out a 45 when you got all right angles. Use that calculation right there, the 1.414, and that gives you the distance from here to here. It's another way you can measure it if you have like a level that has a 45 degree angle on it where you can measure that. But do this to make sure you stay out of the bearing plane of the footings when you're doing your digging. And if this stuff helps you, or videos like this help, check it out at Rising Tide Plumbing. I got plenty of videos about code questions like this. Thanks, guys.